Hi, I'm Chris, N9CVR. In this video, we are, at a park, and we're going to check out some really funky ham radio stuff, some high frequency stuff. So here's my buddy Andy AJ9L. He's setting up, it's a dual band, if I remember right, Andy?
No.
Multiple?
144 megahertz, 130 megahertz, 1.2 gigahertz, 2.4, 5.6, and 10.
What was that, 6-band?
I'll only be doing 10 gigs today.
We'll only be doing 10 gigahertz today, but the idea is, hey, we're up here at Cliff State Park in, I guess, Appleton-ish, Wisconsin. But you can kind of see the lakes out across there, and 10 gigahertz. We're going to try to shoot across the lake. We've got another club member who has his station set up. Andy's kind of testing some stuff that he put a lot of this together himself, and basically he wants to see if it's going to work.
WA9TT, AJ9L. Just getting set up here, Larry. I'm not making it in now.
Oh, you need me to go get my my radio? I got 50 watts.
You've got 50 watts?
In the backpack.
Oh, yeah.
Want me to get that set up?
WA9TT, AJ9L. Sorry about that, Larry. Just getting set up. If you want to.
All right. So while I'm schlepping my backpack back here, I guess I have to throw in a little plug. What we're doing is I'm getting, well, obviously the 50-watt radio, but also I've got the Ham Things roll-up antenna. So I'll just throw that up in a tree. For whatever reason, Andy's HT isn't getting to the repeater, so we'll just use mine. Should be all good.
This is a good idea. Watch the batteries, they are loose. Should do it.
I've got the weight on this. So what you got?
So now, don't turn off here. That's spirit level now. Yes, being level.
Got it.
Okay.
Where's the spirit level?
On the basic base.
Oh, that's weight. I don't have the app. So let's kind of walk you through what Andy's got here. Kind of the, I don't know what you want to call it, the main chunk of it here is the IC905. Coming down here is the RF module for it, and now I don't remember which one's which. There's the SHF module as well. So one of these is RF, the other one's SHF, and then the two dishes, and obviously the batteries.
That's purely 10 gigs. That does everything else.
Okay, cool, yeah. So I was right. This is RF, and then that's the add-on module, right?
It's basically a transformer.
Cool.
Goes from 2.4 gigahertz, which is its IF. That's what that connection is there, up to 10 gigahertz.
Nice. There we go.
WA9TT, AJ9L. Yeah, I'm set up. I think I'm still looking a little bit north, so I might have to move a little bit further, but we'll We'll see how it goes. I think I'm pointing roughly in the right direction.
Well, you know, roughly is good enough, I'm sure, right now. I'll send the beacon to you in just a moment. My new setup here is working well. I strung a cable from the front to the back. I have a coax switch in the front so I can switch from the regular radio to, if I want to, the 23cm HP. And I had an open port. Now I can switch it here to the back of the cable and operate right on the back of my car. This is a nice little advance from here today. So for me, that was a good test. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll send a beacon on 100. So it'll be 10.368.100 is the normal frequency used. First of all, you can do CW sideband, whatever you want. But first of all, I'll be setting a CW beacon. And once you've got your dish piece there, Andy, then you'll send a CW beacon back to me, and I'll piece up mine. And then we can switch the voice.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm already monitoring 10.368.100. I've set the band scope plus our band is 2 meg, so I think I should see you if the antenna's working. All right, Larry. We'll try and see what happens. AJ9L. See it. There. Yeah, straight through the trees. WA9TT, AJ9L, you can probably hear that in the background. I'm getting a nice SA off you at the moment, firing straight through some trees. AJ9L.
Yeah, it's kind of muffled by the repeater I see at the moment. Good, that's good, that's good. That's an improvement over last fall's first round of tests. Okay, now can you just send a CW signal back to me, or something, hopefully CW, just dash, and then I'll listen for you.
It might take me a few seconds to just find out where the memory is and send it, but I'll let you know when I'm sending it, Larry. AJ9L.
Okay, good. We'll just stand by here in the car and over there to the,
Where's the memories?
when you're ready to send.
Of course, while he's doing that, if I go turn down the squelch on that other radio, that's not going to be. There we go.
You don't want CQ.
There we go.
WA9TT, AJ9L. Okay, beacon's been sent now. I'm a little low on frequency, but we should be able to see that. 368 099.11 right now. But I had to tune roughly around there to get you on
Okay, you can finish stop sending, and you can make a note. You're extremely strong. I moved my azimuth just a little bit to the north, probably 2 or 3 degrees. So for your note there now, I'm receiving you at S9 plus approximately 30 decibel over. S9 plus 30. And then the next thing I'll send back to you is you record how you're receiving my signal. Presumably it'll be stronger. I'm running more power. So back to you there, Andy.
I know. All right, Larry. Yeah. So we're switching this sideband now, and we'll make contact. AJ9L.
Before you switch to sideband, you want to hear my beacon again. You want to find out what the S-meter reading of your rig is. You know mine is S9+30. So I'm going to send CW for you first. Then after that we'll do sideband.
Copy that, AJ9L. Frequency. Over. Larry WA9TT, AJ9L. 20 over now. Ready to go.
While Andy and Larry are getting done, just quick elephant in the room. This is not mine. We found this.
Very good. Yeah, well, this is good for starters.
Yeah, just shared below score 100. Right now we're going to go to this, and I am GPS locked, so should be okay on frequency.
On the band, but a very, very strong signal, of course, because you're 30 over, I guess. But the audio quality is fantastic, so that's important to know. So your mic and audio equalizer stuff just seems to be perfect. So that's really, really good. My elevation I found out is about 5 degrees. That just happens to be 5 degrees setting to adjust for however my dish here is set up. Back to you there, Andy WA9TT.
AJ9L. Yeah, I haven't even looked at elevation changes. I just did some calculations, I should say, with the dish. Well, I guess I've got it somewhere close. As it seems to be working. Yes, huge difference and changed from the last time we tried, where I could not hear a thing except for you right next to me. So yeah, I came into this morning with minimal expectations, but certainly very glad that it seems to be working as well as it is.
Well, I guess one of the things when you're in a park with a couple of giant dishes is it kind of attracts attention. So we actually just had a couple come over. They were photographing stuff and checking it out. Turns out he's an electrical engineer, so he kind of had a good idea of what we're trying to do here, and yeah, kind of fun talking and I guess sharing the hobby, if you will.
So yeah, I'll be happy to take a look at that and see if we can figure out what the problem is there. Other than that,
Larry WA9TT N9CVR. Yeah, pretty cool talking on 10 gigahertz here.
Yeah, Chris, well, it sounds like you're right next to me, just like Andy. Beautiful signal. I told him his modulation, that his microphone, everything is great. Same thing for you, coming through really, really well. Yeah, welcome to the interesting band. 6 meters is the magic band. Some say 10 gigahertz is the experimental band, but 10 gigahertz is hyper unique. I have signals and looking totally away from my intended target. I bounced them off of storm clouds. That's very popular. Done a little bit of ducting. Right now, well, I don't know if this is line of sight or not. It might be line of sight. That's interesting. Usually from a distance, it's just simply troposcatter, which means the signal goes up into the troposphere about 7 to 9 miles, hits particles up there and gets directed back down, and then you can get out 100 or 200 miles, which could be the case today. Who knows? Back to you, Chris. A9CVR, WA9TT.
Yeah, Larry. Yeah, we actually had a few couples stop by and look at what we're doing here, and one of them pulled out Google Maps and was kind of looking, and you know, it may well be line of sight. Actually, I assume.
Yeah, it might be line of sight. That's very unusual for me to work anybody this
Line of
close.
sight, except for these trees.
So it might be
Pointing
line of
straight
sight
through
here
them.
today. Back to you.
Well, awesome. Yeah. And he's joking here about maybe it's not line of sight because of the trees. We've well, actually, I'm taking some video as well, so you'll get to see it. But yeah, about 10 feet out from the dish, there's a bunch of leaves, and then another 30, 40 feet out, there's a bunch more leaves. So I don't know. Do we still call that line of sight? I don't know. WA9TT and 9CVR.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's line of sight. As you know, with microwaves heat up things that get in the way, and we're on a microwave frequency, so trees get heated up and absorb the energy. So that's taking it away from you.
AJ9L. Okay, that sounds like a plan. You're using your 705, aren't you? If you are, we could do D-Star as well. Have you used D-Star at all?
No, let's do that as well. Let's do FM. I have FM in memory set. I may even have D-Star in memory set, although that's not a big deal. But all I do is I just take that little dialer in the upper left right side there, and I flip it from one frequency to the other. So I got the frequencies, the modes, all that kind of stuff. Okay, here's FM. Wow, this is interesting. Yeah, it's of course much broader. I'm seeing my modulation pattern here, Andy, and it's much broader, of course, with the FM than here. So we'll see how we each sound here. WA9TT.
AJ9L. Just as good as when you were on 7.6, Larry, there. Sorry for interrupting the meeting this morning. The net. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, it is a lot broader, as you said. But yeah, it makes a bit of a difference from single sideband.
Yeah, very good. I know I have AM in here, but AM is just for kicks.
AJ9L. Okay, well I'll switch to D-Star and I'll give you a long call and see what happens. AJ9L. WA9TT. 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 This is AJ9L. Juliet 9 Lima calling. Well, you've found me by now on WA9TT, AJ9L.
Very good, Andy. I found it immediately, as it turned out. Memory 13 was FM, and memory 14 is PV. So it sounds a little different. You know, the FM's got a really good audio quality, and this is clear and crisp. Back to you. Before you go, educate me a little bit on stability. Does this require much more stability than sideband? Must have it. But what was your comment? What does that mean about stability on D-Star?
Yeah, the digital modes need a much more stable transmit frequency for it to be received accurately and without issues. You tend to hear it a lot on hotspots that aren't quite on frequency. You know, the oscillator, the reference oscillator in hotspots isn't the best. So you know, they can drift a little and need an offset configuring in the configuration software to get them onto frequency. And of course that scales as they go up in frequency. So even if you set a hotspot up on 2 meters, there's no saying that it will work on That's one of the reasons that you hear the warble on some people when they use digital voice mods with hotspots. There are a set of calculations that you can do based on the curvature of the dish. So you basically put a piece of string across the dish and measure how deep it is at the centre from the piece of string, and then you measure the height and you measure the width, and it tells you where the centre is, which is why that's marked.
Oh yeah.
And it tells you the focal point of the dish, how far it is away from the bottom and from the top. So then you get your piece of string, you stick it to it, and you measure out on the string how far away it is and where the two intersect. It's where the throat of the feed horn should be.
Got it.
So this is the 10 gigahertz feed point, and this is the 5.6 gigahertz feed point.
Okay. Well, cool.
One other thing I want to do look at all the Wi-Fi.
Actually, I'm going to grab the camera here. This will be entertaining.
Look at all of that.
You got Wi-Fi?
And that's Wi-Fi.
Jeez. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Thank you, Andy, for bringing me out here. This is awesome to see, and I know you're pretty excited that it's working now. So
Definitely.
you'll be doing a lot more 10 gigahertz, I guess, soon here, huh?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, if you guys like this kind of stuff, yeah, check it out. Andy is a very, very good friend of mine. He's also, I'll call it, the technical advisor to anything I do on the channel. I'll kind of bounce stuff off of him, and he'll be like, "Oh, you did that wrong." So, really good friend. Awesome to be out with him, and yeah, cool to see 10 gigahertz, and cool to see him be able to do it, because I know you've been working on this for what, close to a year, right?
I've had this for more than a year now.
Yep.
It's not something that you can work on during winter, because as you can see, it's an outside thing. So yeah, I got my last test in September, and I've had to work on it since then and sort the dish out. Yeah, it's working.
Good times. If you like this kind of zany stuff, hit the subscribe button. Any comments, questions, etc. I don't know that I'll be able to necessarily answer the questions, but hey, I know a guy, so yeah, feel free to post them in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next video. 73.